Regulation is something that happens moment by moment, like breathing. Problem is that repression also happens moment by moment. You unconsciously repress the flow of energy, sensations, feelings, and emotions inside of you. And this leads to quite a lot of suffering. In this video, I want to talk a lot about regulating your energy in a functional way so that you feel good in your life. 90 to 95% of what you do is controlled by your subconscious mind. This includes repression. A lot of this stuff is very unconscious. You don't really know that you're doing it. And we really like to feel in control as human beings. We don't like to feel controlled by things or out of control. We don't want to feel controlled by systems, other people, or just forces that exist beyond our ability to just manipulate them. The truth is, though, is that your subconscious controls you a lot, 90 to 95% of the time. And the faster you can accept that and begin to learn about your subconscious, the better. The more power you'll have. The more you ignore that, the less power you'll have. The more you'll be caught struggling, fighting, resisting, suffering, basically. The flow of sensation, energy, feeling, emotions is always trying to move through you. The flow of life is always trying to move through you. But you can unconsciously block it out and repress it due to fear or the avoidance of pain for various reasons. A lot of people even feel numb in their body, and that's because it's just a subtle defense mechanism. It's a way that your body doesn't have to feel certain repressed things inside of you because it's just afraid of it. The direct experience of regulation is very enlivening. You feel very vital and energized. It feels like you're in a sense of rhythm with life. You feel connected to the present experience and all the things in your experience. You feel connected to yourself. It's easier to connect to other people. You just feel more present and grounded and stable. There's just a sensation of well-being that occurs within your body. It just really begins to feel well. Deep emotional regulation is also needed in order to properly transcend the ego, since the ego has a lot of manifestations within your own body in the form of resistance, tension, holding patterns, contractions, and just certain ways of organizing your body. The ego is also built on various layers of repressed energies inside of you, various layers of contractions and just things that have been stuck inside of you. The ego, right, your sense of self, is basically a bunch of conditioning that's all working together that creates the cohesive sense of who you are. The ego is built upon beliefs, emotions, various patterns. All these things work synergistically to create your identity, your sense of self. So let's talk a little bit about how to actually regulate. How do you get a taste of this state almost? How do you really begin to allow the repressed things inside of you to come out over time? So your body's really smart. Your body will not really allow a whole bunch of things to come out all at once. It's way too overwhelming of an experience. What's usually going on is that a little bit will come out at a time. Because if a lot of things were to come out, it'll overwhelm you. You'll literally just get extremely terrified and you will not want to continue moving forward in that direction whatsoever. It'll be too overwhelming of an experience. It will be traumatizing. So little by little, your body allows you to process things. So the most important thing that you can really begin to do to regulate is to start giving your body more attention. What does this really mean? This means that your focus will be directed on your body, the sensations occurring in your body, feelings, emotions, the tensions, the parts of your body that your awareness has trouble inhabiting. Can you put your awareness through your body? And does it really feel like your awareness is kind of permeating your body? Or in a lot of places, does it feel like parts of your body are just hard, rigid, dense, and you can't really pass your awareness through them? The places where it feels really hard and rigid and dense and tense are usually places, well, they are places where a lot of things are stored. Various emotions, energies, just repressed things. And by bringing your full attention to your body, this is going to slowly bring things out of you. A lot of people feel numb in their body, like I said. And if you're one of those people, The majority of people probably feel quite numb in their body. If you give your body full attention, over time, you're going to be able to feel into it very deeply. Your numbness is not like a permanent state. It's just a defensive mechanism that your body automatically does in order to avoid feeling, in order to really just protect itself from things that it unconsciously believes are threatening, from things that exist inside of you that you unconsciously believe are threatening. So when you're bringing your full attention to your body, you gotta bring a sense of acceptance to the experience as well. Notice that you usually struggle and fight against yourself quite a lot. This happens very subtly, and it happens in a very gross way as well, in a very obvious way. This happens, in obvious ways in the sense of, telling yourself that you hate yourself or that you're ugly or like you're stupid. Right? These are very obvious things. Subtler ways are your body just kind of tensing, tensions just in your body, fighting against each other, resisting the present experience, because resistance is basically just you struggling against yourself. That's what's going on here. Like, these are subtler layers of basically self-hatred that exist inside of you. So bringing acceptance to the present experience and what you're feeling is just a way to bring love and compassion and awareness to yourself. It feels pretty good. Actually feels amazing. It feels very healthy. And when you're resisting what's going on, it's just dysfunctional. It's quite insane, actually, to always be resisting life, because what's happening is just what's happening. And now, when you're resisting, you're just struggling and fighting against it. And it doesn't really take you anywhere. It just perpetuates unconscious cycles of suffering within you. So next, you really want to fully feel into your body. Really notice the nuances that are occurring inside of you. Notice the flux and flow of sensation. Notice the complexity of an emotion. Notice your own avoidance to feeling what's going on inside of you. Notice the distractions that exist that pull you away from feeling what's inside of you. Really crack down on your resistance to feeling. This is like 99% of the problem right here. It's the fact that you resist and avoid yourself habitually and in a very unconscious fashion. This is like the core of the problem. This is why so much repressed stuff exists inside of you. This is why your body is habitually tense in your gut, your shoulders. This is why you can't connect to your heart properly, or you can't really feel into your heart properly and it feels closed. This is why you probably don't understand me when I say that your body is incredibly intelligent. Like, your body is way smarter than your conscious thinking, and you don't even recognize it because you're always struggling and fighting against it. You don't give it enough attention. You don't examine your experience enough with your own conscious awareness. And I'm really not trying to shame you. I'm really trying to just make this very clear to you. I'm trying to just make this point in a very strong way. Next, you can proactively give love and nurture to your wounded parts, to the parts of you that suffer. I want you to imagine that you had a newborn baby. I do this with quite a lot of my clients. And notice if, you're holding that baby, notice how much love you actually have for your own newborn baby. Like, the pure sense of nurture and care that comes out of you. Just pay attention to that. And that nurture and care, right? I want you to give that to the parts of you that you avoid, the parts of you that you repress, the parts of you that you resist, the parts of you that you hate. That degree of pure love, I want you to give that to yourself habitually. I want you to be doing that every single day of your life. What else is there to do, guys? What else is there to do? Like, why would you not want that for yourself? I'm not telling you how to live your life. Do whatever you want. But why would you not want that degree of pure love and acceptance for yourself? Wouldn't that just feel good? How would that impact your relationships and your ability to empathize with other people? How would that impact the work that you do? How would that impact your mental health? How would that impact literally every area of your life if you have this deeply loving mind that I'm saying that you create for yourself? How we usually meet all of our repressed parts is with more unconsciousness. We meet our wounded parts with hatred, just more woundedness, more avoidance, repression, resistance, struggling, fighting, judgment. We don't meet them with what they need, which is love, attention, compassion, just presence, really feeling into them. Next is to practice meditation daily. All these things I'm saying, they can just exist as very loose ideas within your mind. What you want to do is make them practical. You want to make them who you actually are. You want this to just be your moment-to-moment experience. You want to wire your subconscious mind so that it carries out these things automatically. You want to wire your mind so that this is just the norm. This is just what your life is. A good way to do that is to practice meditation every single day and bring these things that I've been talking about into your practice. Bring them to your life in general, not just on the cushion, but to every experience that you have. But a good way to do that is by actually having a dedicated time where you're meditating. You want to have some discipline about this one. You want to actually hold yourself accountable to that one. And I want to end this by talking a little bit more about people who feel very numb within their body. Your numbness is kind of just like a defensive layer that exists. And by sustaining attention on it, you begin to penetrate past that numbness, and you'll probably notice some subtle sensations occurring. And as you hold your attention on your body for longer and longer and longer, you will naturally feel more emotion, more sensation, more flow, more energy in your body. If you're very numb, try just focusing your attention on your breath. Notice that your breath has a sense of flow to it, a sense of rhythm, and notice the sensations and feelings occurring in your body associated with your breath. Just watch it and feel it go in and then out, and sustain your attention on it, and then over time you will begin to feel more energy in your body, more emotions. Your overall felt experience will be more rich and more nuanced. If you cannot see that your body is incredibly intelligent and is far wiser than 95% of the thoughts that you think, maybe even 99, you're not connected to your body. You don't understand what I'm really talking about when I'm saying that. Your body is incredibly wise. Start listening to it more. Start giving it more attention. Really just take my point and apply it to your life. See if it's true. And be sincere about it. Be very genuine about it. Is it really true? So that's it for this video. I'm offering one-to-one coaching. You can book a free call. Link is in the pinned comment and the description. Take it easy.